A man who had been collecting garbage for 10 years suddenly found himself in the spotlight, surrounded by dozens of luxury cars. He discovered that he had 3 extraordinary daughters. The eldest had become the richest person in the province with a $1 trillion fortune. The second became a distinguished scientist, and the youngest, a respected general. Despite this, the man continued to live in a village where sons were valued above daughters, and for many years he was scorned and humiliated. Yet, he always believed in his daughters' abilities and raised them with determination so that they could succeed. Even after becoming famous, his daughters continued to support their father, often accompanying him while he collected garbage. One day, the man received a call from the village chief, inviting him to a charity event. Deciding to remain low-key, he still took with him an envelope given by his eldest daughter. She also arranged a luxurious car for his trip. When the villagers saw him step out of the expensive vehicle, they were stunned. But after learning the car wasn't his, they mocked him again. Many wondered why someone who made a living collecting garbage would come to the event only to embarrass himself. Inside the ancestral hall, the man tried to make a donation, but instead of gratitude, he was ridiculed and even pushed off his chair. The village chief sneered, saying only those with sons were worthy of respect, and attempted to drive the men out of the hall. Holding back his anger, the man confidently replied that his daughters far outshined their sons. His words enraged the chief and the other villagers, who surrounded him, intending to teach him a lesson. At that moment, the man received a call from his eldest daughter. Realizing something was wrong, she summoned her sisters, and together they rushed to the village. Meanwhile, the man opened the envelope, declaring it contained a donation from his daughters. The villagers burst into laughter, assuming it held no more than 100 yuan, and even mocked him further, making a bet. If the amount in the envelope exceeded their own donations, they would kneel and lick his shoes. Ignoring their ridicule, the men calmly said sincerity mattered more than the sum, but the crowd insisted on the challenge. 2 local donors contributed 500,000 and 1 million yuan, raising the total to 5 million. The villagers smirked, convinced the men would be humiliated. With full confidence in his daughters, the man opened the envelope, took out a bank card, and displayed the balance. Everyone froze in astonishment as the numbers on the screen climbed higher and higher. The hall fell into silence, and the villagers' faces reflected pure shock and disbelief.